side piece. Oh, oh. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Sighting, she be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Been there and I never been the same. Been there but I'm not the one to blame. I just need somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Hey, run it up, I'm mobbing. Hey, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Hey, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Hey, I'ma swallow all my pride. Hey, won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh, oh. Catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Piece of me, piece of my, took some time. I'm just reaping what I sow, so for sure. But no, that's just for me and my boss. Keep secure, 4x4, G6 sleep off on my hands. I'm no friend, pay for keys, can't pay for second. In the back when the windows turn. Yeah, cause I know tonight. Yeah, I know tonight. Tryna come take on me. And my 40 they on me. They ain't even thought this far. This ain't never crossed your way. Yeah, just like I know. Made room for you. You and me, I forgot. You had no place to trust. Just like you told. Just like we rolled. Now we would barely trust. Now there's no saving us. Piece of me, piece of my, took some time. I'm just reaping what I saw, so for sure. But no, that's just for me and my boss. Keep secure, 4x4, G6 sleep up on my hands. I'm no friend, pay for keys, can't pay for time. Is it me or no? 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 They don't even know me. Now they feeling different when the money's so fast. I get lazy low key. Shawty keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch modes, yeah. Only switch names in sports, that's fact. I ain't pay notice. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she gave no love for me. Oh, yeah. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach. Then she moves so sexually. Is it me or no? 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 Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip, new crib. Tell your shawty listen from the city, from the sticks. And no matter where I throw it, yeah, she know it's gon' stick. Shawty isn't me, no babe. this all the time. These days, I ain't even gon' lie, don't let me down. I've been throwing these hundreds on a dime. Spent 7 on that ring, no wedding vows. All that smoking made me tired. 2022's a call it Tyra and Mariah. Talk about my lows and all my highs. Been trying to see the light, this shit is quiet. All the greed and the lust. Cause you want a piece of the pie. All that shit is bleeding me dry. I don't want your piece in the West. Girl, I'm in your city. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. That she wanna Louis and a VV. Riding around the city. Know you heard about it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. Yeah. They ain't never get it with a dog like me. How we got cheddar singing door right me. Gotta keep it settled, gotta keep it low key. Money like me, money like. Bitch, I'm in the city with a coke fiends. How they talking money when the money don't speak? Money in this never like it came from the street. Shawty in Vienna, gotta get it with me. Just, I didn't know, gotta know, only know I'm like that. Set, straight back to the quick switch cars, I'm right back. Left, and you know that it can't. I didn't know me left. No, when I move way to left. Yeah, shawty won't slide, tryna know.
Morning Discord, morning YouTube, let's get into it.
Cause you heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit, now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Yeah. Best out the scene. Bitch, I'm the best out the scene. Bulletproof if you know what I mean. Lately I just been questioning things. How you wanna stay with me for nights? Baby, I just wanna treat you right. Yeah, I'm thinking late through the night. And baby, you can stay if you like. Ain't no stress in this stretchless. Baby, no, I'm different. Hit my text when you downstairs. You know that I'm different than your ex. Stressless, that's my problem now. You got me thinking about you every time I'm not around. Shawty won't slide, tryna know me. I can never get it too close. Cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit, now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Yeah. Set a 4x4 for G6, this baby shit for me. 100,000, couple M's don't make a G. Pass me in my bag and put that 40 right on my leg. Yeah, you know it's how it day. Yeah, shawty, what you think? I'm about to cut up 25 for my lane. I told him my selling is I move it to the bank. Yeah, and you know they're tryna lay down with the man. Way out with the man. Right now I'm with the man. Say that she love me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, yeah she think. Say she adore me, Christy in the origin. Fuck with me some money. Baby, ain't no more time for you. All the love them back and back, the money too. Yeah, when money come to storms, I just stick and move.
Okay, so right here, let's look at our 30-minute chart. On the 30-minute, we have a support. I made a support right here. We're breaking through that support right now. Let's see if we get through this orange. Let's look for a break, a retest, and a reject underneath this 624.72. It's Friday. Let's not bet the bank today. Let's let the market reveal itself to us. No FOMO here. Let's let it play out. Okay, maybe the FOMO setting in a little bit right now. All right, so here's the break, retest, and reject of the key level right here, just as we said about 1 second ago. Easy money.
Let it come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Shorty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side of Libra. Let it come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. 15 right to my safe, 15 right to my bank. Long as my circle tight, long as my circle pay. If she gon' make my man, if she gon' make my man, I need my Beyonce. Gotta stay tough, gotta stay low, stay low. Then I'ma bug and call, say that I'ma bug and call. I'ma go down when it get like that. I'ma hold out till maybe. Even God when I was gon' say, I even good and driving it. Shorty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side of Libra. They come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Stacks in the leader, all of us cheat up. 16 fees now, pay my fees up. All of us teed up, we gon' whip down like yeah, you know. Money so loud they heard it, know. Yes, you know we found a way. On my body spill the sun. I don't know, ain't no other way. I'm on way, I'ma go down when it get like that. I'ma hold out till maybe. Even God when I was gon' say, I even good and driving it. Shorty want signs of 10 on my side and 10 on my side of Libra. They come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the kid came from, but I guess they did amnesia. Hard to tell when I'm making this shit look. Fuck on my shoulder, lights been on it. Shawty fuck around like no it. Turn on my own eye, fuck on my shoulder, I'ma be colder, I'ma be colder. Fuck on my shoulder, fuck on my shoulder, lights been on it. Shawty fuck around like no it. Turn on my own eye, fuck on my shoulder, I'ma be colder, I'ma be colder. On the Jackie, where she go? Throw my bank, but throw that back like whoa. Run that shit, I need to know. I ain't tryna slow the pain. Damn shawty, I've been this way. I ain't tryna slow the pain. No one running, no the game. I say so shoulder, I'm reaping up. Gotta tell us why some keep it down. Fuck on my shoulder, I keep him up. Steady running up, I'm in my lane, I'm on my way. Don't swear, don't stop. They don't got it like me. I ain't worried about a thing, I ain't worried about a thing. What they ain't get like me, you like me, you like me, you like me, you on me, on me. That must be what I need. Couldn't fuck with me, fuck with me, fuck with me. You just couldn't fuck with me. Ice cold, oh. Yeah, I'm too with it, gon' ISO. Nice fuck, double live, and them niggas too nice now. Got them lining up now, wanna see me. Got the shawty listening to me on VP. Gotta know by now. You know, you just know my name, know my name, know my name. Wish they see my face, see my face, see my face. I can't ask for love, and love, not from me. They don't wanna like me, wouldn't get it like me. Wouldn't get like me, you like me, you like me, you like me, on me, on me. That must be what I need. Couldn't fuck with me, fuck with me, fuck with me. You just couldn't fuck with me.
Okay, look at the money we printed. We knew not to go long, and I even put an arrow where to go long. Here's the 50-50. Here's the break, retest, reject. Here's your break of your blue. Nothing more I can do. There's absolutely nothing more I can do right now. That was easy claps right there. Too easy. And now we're going to see what happens when we get to the bottom of this, right? This is probably going to be our profit target 1, unless we get into a stronger selling channel. So let's see what happens when we hit this magenta down here. Look at the money. Look at the money we printed. Look at this money. I told you, wait for the break, retest, reject of this level right here. We just drew it. Matter of fact, on this, you see the key level right here, the support that broke in our trading plan. This is part of the plan, right? The support broke. And oh wow, look at this money. Look at the money we printed. Good day today. Good day. Done for the day. Done for the day. That's it. Not even 15 minutes in. All right, good job. Easy money. Oh my goodness, look at this money we printed this morning. Easy money. Done for the day. Go enjoy your weekend.
Shawty, is she worried if I might show? Damn, it's hard to care for a side though. Out there with my mans in a night show. Drinking party, yeah, we keep the lights low. I'm in my mind all the way. Ice cold, what a nigga gotta say now. Sipping any, we be mobbing through the night, oh yeah. Moving like we trapping out of bando. I need. Getting new bitch, new kid. It's calls and the rain on. I've been down and out, but a nigga still breathing. Saying my prayers for the check. Straight shooter like I'm walking with a tech. Move deep and I'm pounding on my chest. You know what I want. You know what I need. Ice cold bitch when I'm sipping my tea. I don't mean it. Feeling myself, feeling my knees. Feel like repercussions ain't gon' ever catch me. Heard what I said and I can't help it. I ain't never gonna rest, never gonna test me, check me. I need you here for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you hurt by me. Touchdown in the matrix, yo. Shawty send me your location, 120 on the freeway, speeding. Big checks, blue pills, I'm feeding. Young boy finna do my.
Look at this money we print. Okay, this is a pretty good day so far. We had a good day so far. We hadn't had a day like this in a while.
She just wants somebody for the night. You call, I'll be on my way. Hard to love me when you got nothing to chase. She just wants somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me, yeah. Hey, run it up no more. Hey, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Hey, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine.
All right, let's wait till we get above 623.72 for calls, right? Because we want to look for this. So let's wait till this before we start looking for calls. Above 624 would be better, obviously, but we're gonna start around here. If you're frisky, you can get a quick scalp right here, a revenge call on the way up. So a revenge call, we're protecting against a quick. So you got to get in now for the call. You chase it, therefore you can't lose any money, just like this, right? So now your trade's protected. You can't lose from here. And then if it goes against you, you just stop out for zero. For no loss, I mean. Or if you took your profit right there. But on the revenge calls, what you're doing is you're trying to catch the bottom, pretty much. It's risky, but if you're quick enough, it'll be fine, because you could stop out for. You can have a zero stop, so you don't lose anything, but a little risky, especially in a strong downtrend like this. That's what I'm saying. Wait for the confirmation until we get back above this. Till we need to take this liquidity out right here. Now let's see if we form another blue. It's thin structure. Don't use this blue. This is thin. Or maybe I'll put it back. Yeah, structure's thinning out here, so let's see what happens. Where's our next key level? Oh my goodness. Look at the money we made. 6 points in, that's incredible. Yeah, we're not fighting the trend here.
They don't even know me. Now they feeling different when the money coming fast. I got legs low key. Shawty keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch modes, yeah. Only switch names in sports, that's fact. I ain't paying notice.
Yeah, so if we're using our Hikanachi, there's no sign of a pullback at all, so I think we'll hold on to this for a little longer. There's no sign of a pullback yet. We'll look for some sign of a pullback, but as of now, it's not here. So on this, we're using the 2-minute time frame with Hikanachi candles instead of normal candles and the 1 minute. So we're trying some stuff here. Let's see how it goes.
Gotta keep them pockets greased up, can't slip. Gotta get my mama's new whip, new crib. Tell your shawty listen from the city, from the sticks. And no matter where I throw it, yeah, she know it's gon' stick. Shawty isn't me, no babe. Shawty isn't me, no, yeah. Isn't me, or no. Isn't me, or no. Isn't me, or no. Isn't me, or no.
All right, for any further downside, let's look for some type of structure that looks like this is gonna, basically like this, right? I don't know if it's gonna be a micro structure or a macro structure, but one setup would, if we just go continuation here, we just go continuation here, meaning we're just still in this strong selling channel. Otherwise, what I'd like to see is maybe, let's just wait for a pullback. We'll wait for a pullback so I can illustrate the point better. It doesn't make sense to try to make it now and then I can't get a chance to illustrate the point properly. So let's see if the break of this blue extends the bear cycle, or if we get into a weak bull cycle. And a weak bull cycle will be continuation for the down. So if we use our 2-minute chart and our Hikanachi candles, yeah, it says there's no reason to leave the trade. There's no, we don't see any pullback, nothing. We don't see a slowdown, a stop, nothing, right? So I'm kind of liking these 2-minute candles and the Hikanachi candles as well. But we're gonna, we're just I'm experimenting with it. I know a lot of people use it. Anyways, like I was gonna say, let's say I'm just gonna give a hypothetical scenario right now. What I would like to see from this point, hypothetically, if it's gonna go down, would be if we form a shoulder here, a head here, and then another shoulder here, like this. So if we do this, 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 and then this. That's what I'd like to see for more downward. And your revenge call, probably now's the time to do that, but we'll see. Yeah, so if we use our Hikanachi in our 2 minute, it's still telling us there's no reason to leave the trade. Let's look at the 5 minute. The 5 minute shows some weakness at 6:20:10 right here at this key level. Weakness meaning on the weakness going the opposite direction, sorry. Meaning it's starting to slow down in the current direction and maybe a turnaround here on the 5. Okay, so now our 2 minute Hikanachi is also showing printing some green candles in opposite direction. The 5 minutes printing some. The 30 minutes still looks like it has plenty of room for the down. So now we got to be patient, right? We got to let the market absorb all that, see what it wants to do before we make our next move. I'm telling you what I like to see for some more down. I would like to see this, something like this. And it doesn't have to be in this little time frame, right? It could be on a larger, like a longer time. What's this? This is like in, you know, what time is it? 10:30. So this is like a 30-minute play or something like that. I'm not talking about that. It could be a lot longer. Like, let me explain what I mean. So from here to here was like the 30-minute, right? So I'm not talking about in these next 30 minutes. It could take longer, right? It could be that it forms a shoulder here, and then we get a head over here, and then we get another shoulder over here, right? It could look something like this, which is very similar to yesterday, which would be just a long-term bolt down, right? It would look like this, boop, boop, boop. A long-term bolt down, which would be like translated better on like a 30-minute chart, something like that. Maybe easier to see it on a 30-minute chart. But this is type of the structure we want to see, ideally. But if we're just in this strong selling, we could hit this. It could happen right here at this magenta. We'll see. We need to see where liquidity is going to start building up, right? That's basically the answer. So if we missed the first move or we're late on it, and which there's no such thing as missing a move because there's always one right around the corner. I'm going to go back into the 1 minute and the candles just because it's easier to, for some reason for me to chart like that. Okay. So we see that it was, you see how this was like a straight arrow down and then a little stall right here. We didn't see necessarily a V-shaped recovery, right? We're seeing some hesitation here. So if it does want to go up, it's not, meaning it's less likely that this is like a longer term fake out because it's not like a fake out, right? Fake outs are a quick spike and then it goes the other way. All right, we're breaking this blue. So the weak bear cycle or bull cycle I was talking about here, it's happening, right? It's happening right now. You got to rewind the tape, but I drew something like this. You got to rewind the tape a little bit. So let's see. It's still got time. We don't want to. Here, look. This is how simple this stuff is. We see our first pocket of liquidity right here. Our other pocket is right here. So if it wants to go up, we want to take out this liquidity here, meaning we need to get up here. So your safer calls are going to be somewhere up here. Because we're still on look, we're still in this downtrend. Break a blue, easy money. Break a blue, easy money. Yeah, so calls, we're not looking, we're not concerned here. If you want to be risky and try to call the bottom, which I don't recommend you do, that's on you. But look at the money, break a blue, right? So blue is our down. Whenever you see blue, down. Because the trend is very strong, obviously you see a strong downtrend, it didn't need a lot of this. If it hesitated more, then it would have been that longer term ideal down, right, that we saw from yesterday. This is the weak bull cycle I was talking about. See the weak bull cycle? Look how weak this bull. That's what I was telling you. If it's going to be a weak bull cycle, it's just going to be enough. It's going to show you the bolt down. The weak bull cycle shows you the bolt down. Easy money. This is too easy. So what we're doing, we're creating pockets of liquidity like this. So now you know if it does turn around, where your turnaround points are. But strong downtrend, you know, don't try to call a turnaround. I don't recommend it. Let's just go with the water. The water's flowing south. We're going south. No reason to fight it. Strong downtrend. We needed a pullback anyway. All-time highs. People collecting profit. This is normal. Healthy. Still plenty of room on the 5. Yeah, look at our 2-minute Heikenaichi. That had this one little pullback right here. Otherwise, it told you no reason to get out of this trade. Look at the money. Jeez. Good day today. Now if you're looking at the MACD, you see the MACD has kind of maybe bottomed out right here. A little bit of extra holdover, and then now we see that the MACD is starting to climb, right? So let's break this magenta before calls. And again, you know you're fighting a trend. So if you're buying calls, you got to chase it. You got to chase it if you're buying calls, because it could turn around on you at any second, because you're, oh, look at that. All right, let's see if we break this liquidity right here. Let's see if we get the strength, break it, and then maybe a little shot up, or if we test it and then it rejects it, right? This liquidity level. We're coming back to this liquidity level to test it. If we get strength to go up, if we could, this guy right here, this wick, we need to break this wick for me. But, you know, I see liquidity level right here. Just wait till we take out the pockets of liquidity. You don't want to fight this trend. Just don't try to call the bottom. I don't know if you noticed, but the premiums are a little elevated. They're slightly elevated today. So it's gonna cost a little bit to play the game. Okay, and even though this was very tempting to buy a call here, or, you know, when you see this spike, even though it's very tempting, like I said, you know the liquidity is right here. So you don't know if we have enough strength to break it until we get above it, right? Because we are following what the market makers and smart money or big money is doing. We're riding their wave. We're not creating the wave. So we have to wait to see the direction and then jump on the wave. How do you know the direction? It has to pass certain levels of liquidity. And then you see, once you get to that level, you have to survive all this retracement and stuff like this. And that's just the name of the game. Unless you can catch it at the very bottom, unless you're that good, I get it. If you're not that good, like the majority of the world, then you have to wait for the liquidity to be taken out. That way you see where the momentum is. And don't overstay your welcome. This is what I was saying. Don't let a couple candles mess you up. You can't let one or two candles mess you up. Let's be smarter. Let's use deeper structure. Deeper structure. Look how long we had to wait for this to develop before it finally, and we saw it tapering here. We see it tapering. It broke the level. Boom. And now you see you haven't. Hold on. Sorry. Again, now you see you have another liquidity level right here. Liquidity level right here. So instead of being impatient and, you know, the entry was here, right? The entry for the down was here. You could have maybe done it here, but I was kind of like, thin structure, so I get it. Even though you don't want to fight the trend. Your entry was here. You could have done something here, a little risky. And now we're letting it settle out, and then they're going to make a decision, right? What's going to happen here? Let's see if we get back inside this magenta. And then I'd like this magenta to be our, yeah. So now you see you have your MACD curling up, the price is pointing up. It looks like we may have the strength to break this liquidity level to the upside, right? We may have the strength to break this level right here that I just circled. which would give us our head liquidity. Here's our shoulder liquidity. Now we need to form our other shoulder liquidity. So we want to see a spike, a retest, and a reject. Okay, so if you didn't take the break, and if you want to wait for a retest and a reject, that's fine. I also don't think, you know, we're fighting the trend. There's no reason to really fight the trend. You shouldn't be going long until this magenta, right? But I'm just showing you what the path needs to look like. I'm showing you how we get to this point, what it needs to do.
She be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Been there and I never been the same. Been there but I'm not the one to blame. I just need somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more.
Okay, you see we're taking out liquidity levels now, right? We're still taking this out. So allow this to dance in here for a bit. Yeah, now let's see if we can get, what is this, 622.12, this key level, to become support, to give us some more strength up.
Shawty, keep it down, I'ma be right back. I don't switch mode, yeah. Only switch names in sports, that's fact. I ain't pay notice. You know that won't play like me. Something that your money won't reach.
Okay, so it looks like we took this out right here. I'm a little worried about this wick right here, so we'll see what happens at this wick right here. I think there's an order block right here at this dotted line. So let's see if we cross this dotted line, if we get a significant push up. Or this could be the take profit, so we'll see. Meaning it could be the take profit from this flexion point here, this head.
About it, let me get it on T. And you know I'm holding out for the G60. That she wanna Louis and a VV. Riding on the CG.
Didn't close above it yet. Oh man, what's gonna happen?
All the greed and the lust. Cause you want a piece of the pie. All that shit is bleeding me dry. I don't want your piece of the rest. Hold it down for me. These ass bitches all the time. These days I ain't even gonna lie, don't let me down. I've been throwing these hundreds on a dime. Plus 7 on that ring, no wedding vows. All that smoking made me tired.
Okay, looks like we just passed that dotted line I was asking for, or I was talking about, and let's see if we get a momentum candle up. Let's see if we get that momentum candle up. We're above the 0 line on the MACD as well.
Straight back to the quick switch cars, I'm right back. Left, and you know that it can't. I didn't go really left. No, when I move way to left, yeah. Shawty won't slide, try to know me. I can never get it too close, me. Cause she heard I got it on me, yeah. Couldn't pull it up like me, shit. Now she tryna load up my phone, shit, I'm in the booth going ghost, nah. Now they heard I got it on me, yeah.
Yep, according to our Heikenauchi candles, look at all these green. This is easy to trade like this.
Try to know me. I can never get it too close, me. Cause she heard I got it on me, yeah. Couldn't pull it up like me, shit. Now she tryna load up my phone, shit, I'm I'm in the booth going close. And it's for I got it on me. And I hear I got it on me. Set a 4x4 for G6 3, this baby shit for me. 100,000, couple M's don't make a G.
All right. So we crossed over this dotted line I was talking about. Momentum candle. Easy money. Our next level of liquidity we got to take out. If you didn't get in on that one, it's going to be here. Right?
Yeah, when money come to storms, I just stick and move. No way, I'm spending with my waves. Yeah, since we young as we was dreaming about a Maybach. Yeah, I'm looking for my 41 days now. She said that she love me, she in the on me. This is how she think, yeah, she think. Yeah, say she adore me, Christy in the on, yeah. Fuck with me some more.
Okay, so if you remember what I was saying for any more downside, I said this is a while ago. I said I wanted to see if this is the bottom. I want to see this shoulder. I want to see a head up here, and I want to see another shoulder somewhere over here breaking this. You remember that? You remember that? I said that? Okay, because you don't want to fight the trend. You got to take your money when you can. Or is this going to be a break, retest, and reject? All right, so what just happened? The break, retest, reject. Come on now. Let's see if we get above this head right here. We need to break this head.
I need my Beyonce. Gotta stay tough, gotta stay tough, stay tough. Then I'ma bug and call, say then I'ma bug and call. I'ma put down when it get like that. I'ma hold out to maybe. Even God when I was on say, how you been good and good and driving it. Shorty want signs up, then I'm outside to leave. They come round, don't talk like that, don't come right back, they reaching. I forget where the cake came from, but I guess they did amnesia. How to tell when I'm making this shit look.
Okay, we're in this strong green. We're in this green buying channel, so here's your guardrail for this break, retest, reject. Look at the money. Look how easy this is. Break, retest, reject. I told you when to buy the call, right? Here, I just told you when to buy the call. You know not to buy the put until here. We just went over it, right? On the break of blue, because blue was our down. Come on now, this is too easy. This is actually too easy.
I'ma be colder, yeah, I'ma be colder. Fuck on my shoulder, fuck on my shoulder. Lights been on it, tryna fuck around like no it. Turn on my own, fuck on my shoulder, I'ma be colder, yeah, I'ma be colder. On the Jackie, where she go? Throw my bank, but she throwing that back like whoa. Run that shit, I need to know. I ain't tryna slow the pain. Damn shawty, I've been this way. I ain't tryna slow the pain. No one running, no game. I say so, I'm reaping up. Gotta tell us twice, I'm keeping dog. Fuck on my shoulder, wanna keep him up. Steady running up. I'm in my lane, I'm on my way. Don't swerve, don't stop. They don't got it like me. I ain't worried about a thing, I ain't worried about a thing. What it ain't get like me, you like me, you like me, you like me, on me, on me. That must be what I need. Couldn't fuck with me, fuck with me, fuck with me. You just couldn't fuck with me. Ice cold, oh. Yeah, I'm too with it, gon' ISO, nice fuck. Double live and your niggas too nice, got them lining up now, wanna see me. Got a shawty listening to me on repeat. Gotta know by now. You know, you just know my name, know my name, know my name. Wish they see my face, see my face, see my face. I can't ask for love, and love, not from me. They don't wanna like me, wouldn't get it like me. Wouldn't get like me, like me, like me, like me, on me, on me. That must be what I need. Couldn't fuck with me, fuck with me, fuck with me. You just couldn't fuck with me. Let them know now, yeah. I'm on when somebody told me, yeah. Can't fold now, yeah. Like I'm in too deep, 10 toes now, yeah. It's hard to tell, but I feel like ain't nobody else there. Gotta know by now. You know, you just know my name, know my name, know my name. Wish they see my face, see my face, see my face. Baby, hold on, come on, come on, it down, I'm on my way. And might get some money, I'm on my way. You gotta save for me, I'm in my way. I'm on my way, I'm out of time, got this weight on me. I'm missing us, tell me what's it on me. I'm holding down like the lady on me. I'm holding down for me. OMW, I'm my mama, OMJ. Well, I think that you forgot, but what you saw in me. Hard to love, but please don't be the one who got away. Just don't harm me talking when I come and harm me. Hate the fact that we ain't spoken in some weeks. Blood on hands, but we just rinse it and repeat. Let's speak a language that we both know how to read. See, baby, all the time, I'm on it. Come on in, now I'm on my way. Let me get some money, now I'm on my way. You don't gotta say for me, I'm in my way. I'm on my way, yeah. I learned to cope, I learned to tank, I learned to...
Okay, I'm back. Yeah, we're still inside this green channel. Look how amazing this green channel is. No reason to get out until we break. Look at the money that printed. Break, retest, reject. There's nothing more I can do. I'm giving the answers to the test. If you're out there listening to this and you're not signed up for my Discord, because you can't make any money just following me, I mean, you could. People have told me they have, but you would make a lot more money if you actually join the Discord. That's just the truth, because there's a delay for the YouTube. All right, so here we're going to come to our magenta here. So I'd like to wait for a break, a retest, and a reject of this magenta. But if you feel it, then I don't know. I'd wait for the break and retest. I know I have it highlighted, but wait for the break and retest. Matter of fact, just wait till we get above 624.83, right? Because we know we have to take out this liquidity right here. So it's coming up right here. So expect a dance in here. If it does get above here, you better expect a dance up in here. All right, so let's see if we break green. Maybe time to take profit, right? That was a good move from the break of this magenta, or whenever you did it. I went in over here. 621. When did I go? Yep, 2-point move. 2-point move right there on the break of this magenta right here. This was a good trade. Still inside the green. Look, we haven't broke the green yet. You're still in the trade. We haven't broke the green. Do you see how easy this can be? Do you see how easy this can be? Here we go. Look, we had 2 call outs for the whole day. We only had 2, right? The first one was here. And then you can see what happened there. The next one was over here, somewhere over here, right? And if you wanted to wait for, and then if you didn't get in here, the break, retest, and the reject, remember that over here? Because I explained clearly, we're not going short until the price gets down here. That's when you buy your puts. So look at the phenomenal day we're having today. Look at this day. I hesitated here to get in. It was a break of blue, and I went in somewhere over here. I don't remember. I have to go look. Let me go look. Okay, I went in somewhere in this candle. Yeah, somewhere in this candle I went in. And then, yeah, look at this move. We're still inside green. So your first tranche of contracts, if you're multiple contracts, I would probably take profit on my first tranche, and I'll let the runners run from here. Right? Because you can't lose from here. So the runners are still going to keep the money, and then that they have, the value that they have. I might even give it a little bit more space on the runners because they made plenty of money. I'll give the runners even a little more space. But there's no reason to even set that because we haven't broke green. We're still in the green. I set up guardrails to make this easy for everybody. All right, now we're starting to see maybe a little pullback right here. Just be patient, just wait. You already know what needs to happen. You control when you take your profit. Okay, it looks like we're breaking green now, so if single contracts, I would take profit right here. Single contracts. Just to secure something, right? Just to secure your profit for the day, call it a day, you're green. And then, are we gonna get back into, let's see if we get back into this green. All right, maybe if you want to take profit, single contracts right here, not a bad idea. That was a good move, 2 points. That's the trade dreams are made up right there. So now we're gonna see if we did the same thing yesterday, kind of like on the 30-minute, how it did this thing right here. It was like a long-term bolt down. So we'll see if we if we get below this right, back below 622.12. Then we'll have an idea of we'll look for the lower lows. So you should be asking yourself right now, this liquidity that's here is trying to take it out. Did this liquidity get rejected here for the down? That's what you need to be asking yourself. You'll know the answer to that once the price gets to this shoulder down here, right? Actually, it looks like it's being rejected. But we'll wait. We need deep structure now because we're in the middle of the water. So there's no trade here because we don't know what's going to happen. That move's done from this break of this magenta original over here. So yeah, so let's be patient. Now is when they're going to try to... hold on, let me just clean this up really quick because it's distracting me. And I have the attention span of a goldfish. Okay, yeah, like I was saying, a long time ago, we want to see if we're going to start forming higher high, higher high, higher high. Now we want to see if we're going to get the lower low, lower low, lower low, and then this would be a good idea for your entry, because that's the safest bet. The only reason why the break of this is a safer bet is because what you're trying to prevent is a like a double bottom type scenario where it goes I gotta clean this up, hold on, I'll show you what I mean by the double bottom. So we want to watch out to see if we do something like this. So you kind of want to protect against that double bottom. So if we do get down to this blue down here, which I should probably adjust it. If we do get down to this blue down here, we want to see the momentum pointing this way, right? We want to see it start to, right, fade. So there's another algo forming. Let's see if we get to this key level if we bounce. Oops. Maybe a bounce like that. Let's see.
I can never get it too close, cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit, now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me.
Best out the scene. This on the best out the scene. Bulletproof if you know what I mean. Lately I just been questioning things. How you wanna stay with me for nights? Baby, I just wanna treat you right. Yeah, I'm thinking late through the night. And baby, you can stay if you like. Ain't no stress in this stretchless. Baby, no, I'm different. Hit my text when you downstairs. You know that I'm different than your ex. Stressless. That's my problem now. You got me thinking about you every time I'm not around.
Once I try to know me, I can never get it too close, cause she heard I got it on me. Couldn't pull it up like me. Shit, now she tryna load my phone. Shit, I'm in the booth going ghost. Now they heard I got it on me. Now they hear I got it on me. Set a 4x4 for G6, this baby shit for me. 100,000, couple M's don't make a G. Pass me in my bag and put that 40 right on my leg. Yeah, you know it's how it day. Yeah, shawty, what you think? I'm about to cut up 25 for my name. I told them my selling is a move it to the bank, yeah. And you know they're tryna lay down with the man. Way out on the man, right now I'm on the man. Say that she told me, Christy and they owe me. This is how she think, that she think, say she adore me.
Yeah, do you see why I said we're in the middle of the water here? There's no trade here. We gotta wait for the setup. Because our liquidity is here for the upside. So we need to take out this liquidity over here. So we need to see if we're going to reject on this magenta right here. Our 5 minute has room for the up. The 30 minute is kind of choppy sideways, it looks like, but it might be starting a bull cycle. And for the uptrend. And yeah, like I said, if it does break this thick magenta for the calls, I would wait for a break and a retest and then a reject, because we know we have to take out this liquidity, which would be the break, retest, and reject of taking out the liquidity. So just my thesis, we'll see if it happens. And if that's not the scenario, right, then if that doesn't happen, then that means we are rejecting. Let me finish. Hold on, give me a second. It's a little tricky. I'm gonna let the market dictate what's gonna happen. Are we gonna reject here or is it gonna break? Don't know. But we already have our criteria, right? This is middle of the water. There's no trading here. So pretty much we're going long above this. And we're going to go short below this. So we're in this range here. And it rejected off the pink. So tested it once, didn't like it. So you see how the price came up in the green? It tested this liquidity and rejected underneath the liquidity, tested it again, rejected it again. Right? So it's testing this upper band here. You'll know it failed once we get below this 622.12. And then you want to wait for your pullback setup, right? Your pullback setup is going to be your head, your shoulder, and then your shoulder. So you want to see maybe if it does break, a pullback and then down. Or you wait for your entry. Blue is actually the entry, but you know, whatever. So there's no reason to go long because your go long trigger or buy calls is magenta, is this thick magenta highlighted. And you're in the middle of the water here because it can go either way. You're kind of wedging, in a sense, you're wedging between this blue and this magenta. So we'll let this wedge figure itself out. This wedge will tell us an indication of what's going to happen, at least in the short term, right? So you have to measure your risk to reward. Let's say you get in on the break of this key levels, and which also coincides with this blue, with the break of blue, because the blues are down. This is our support. So if we break this support, which would be our head, which would form our shoulder. Oh damn! I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I drink a lot. What's your excuse?
they already know. If you know we found a way, on my body spill dessert. I don't know, ain't know the way. I'm on way, down when it get like that. I'ma hold out to maybe.
Just be patient, because this is where people get chopped up, right? When they're trying to FOMO into everything, or, oh man, I knew it was gonna go down. I should have went in on the down, right? Because you had an idea in your head, and then you feel FOMO because you didn't do what you thought it did, and it did the thing. And then the next time you have any inkling, you're not gonna hesitate. You're gonna go in, and that's FOMO, and it's revenge trading, and you don't want to do that. Also, it's Friday. Maybe the contracts, maybe they want the contracts to expire right in this range, and it's just going to stay in here. That's why we just wait for the setup. It's less reward, but it's also less risk. Okay, so you see we had this boom. Boom. So you kind of have an idea of the direction now, right? You're still stuck in this range, kind of. Your safety is going to be below this 621.13. In my opinion, that's what I'm going to say. But I want to recap this analysis from showing momentum and liquidity levels, right? We identified the liquidity level. We saw the test in the green algo of this liquidity level right here. It rejected. It tried it twice. It rejected underneath this magenta. So you knew not to go long until above this. And I even told you I wanted to see a break, a retest, and a reject because I wanted to see all this liquidity get taken out. And look at the drawing here, right? The path. You see a break, a retest. So now we need to see if it's going to reject. That'll give you some more confidence. Because, and then you're like, look, watch. You don't have to be afraid like, oh, well, maybe the move's over, because you know you've taken out this liquidity here once you get here. And then once you get down here, once you start, look, once you break, retest, and reject under this key level, then you know you've taken out this liquidity here. So you have some conviction in your trade. You have a reason to think it's going to go because you know you've taken out liquidity, which should give you the strength you need for continuation down. So now we want to see if we go through a weak bull cycle, like a trending down bull cycle. So the bull cycle trends down and then it retests this, and then when we go back into the bear cycle, then you start to gain your strength. So actually what I should do is that, because now we have another area of liquidity to know if it's going to be taken out. And if this did happen, it would be a cup handle, right?
I think that you forgot but what you saw in me. Huddle up, but please don't be the one who got away. Just the humming, talking when I come and humming. Hate the fact that we ain't spoken in some weeks. Blood on hands, but we just rinse it and repeat. Let's speak a language that we both know how to read. See, baby,
so here's how we should start doing it, right? Or here's how you should be doing it. You take your call here. I'm giving an example. You take your call here. Let's say you get the perfect entry on the bottom. Then you have to identify where your liquidity is. The next level is here. So once you get to this level and you start meeting resistance, you can move your stop from here to underneath here. Right? So if it rejects, you got your money. You wait for it to take out this level. Once it takes out this level, where's the next one? Up here. So once you get up here, then you start moving your stop up here. All right, you see how you look, you know where your profit targets are because you look for your areas of liquidity, because that's where your targets are going to be in whatever direction you're going. So for example, if we're in the downtrend, we're going down, we're looking to target off the rejection of pink or this magenta, we're looking to target this area of liquidity, which is right here. So whenever that happens, so if you're taking a put on the rejection of magenta, you're looking for your next area of liquidity to move your take profit or your stop, or take profit, however you want to run it. But so on a small time frame, let's see if we have a boop boop boop, right? A small cup and handle, a micro. And once you get to like the middle of the water, this is like I reference middle of the water because we're just in between the support and resistance level, clearly. Once we get here, this is where if you're in a play, you gotta hold and let it play out. You just gotta let it play out. If you have your thesis of it's gonna stay in the down cycle or bear cycle inside this magenta, you just gotta hold. You'll know when you get out, right? You get out when it breaks your magenta to the upside. Give me 1 second, my computer's about to die.
Repercussions ain't gon' ever kiss me. Heard what I said, and I can't help it. I ain't never gonna rest, never gonna test me, check me. I need. You care for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you hurt by me. I need. Okay, girl, I'm a touchdown in the matrix. Shawty send me your location.
Excuse me, I'm back. Okay, listen to this, okay? For the past, what time is it, 8 o'clock? Or I'm Pacific, so. For an hour and a half. For an hour and a half, we've been trading. Or we've been, you know, doing technical analysis and things like that. And every single call out has been precision, absolute precision. If you are struggling, if you're trying to make it in the stock market, you're trying to come up with a new way to make revenue where you don't want to have to show up to a 9-to-5 job every day and do work and work around people you hate and or you dislike, and you got a long drive and you're fighting traffic and you got other responsibilities to your kids and your wife or your husband, whatever it is. We've made stupid money today. Your risk is, today the contracts were a little high. I think it was like maybe $200, but you're not risking all $200, right? You put your stop loss. You can stop out for 0 if you want. But the point I'm trying to make is, if you're trying to make this happen, if you want to create a career for yourself, a self-sustainable career, it's going to take time, right? It's going to take time to build your trader's confidence, things like this. But the proof, this is live. This is all done live. I'm not, it's impossible for me to fake this. I'm drawing it before it happens, well in advance, right? If you remember, I told you, rewind the tape. I'm not making this up. I told you exactly when this I don't know if you remember, I said, oh, it did this yesterday with a long-term bolt down. I told you this already. There's absolutely, there's no reason why you're not in my Discord. If you You see the proof in front of you. This is all done live in real time. I can't make it up because look, I'm talking, and if you were to stream your own S&P or SPY chart on your own, you'd see it's doing the same thing at the same time. You're seeing a delay on YouTube because I put a delay because my members have to get an advantage, right? I'm giving my members an advantage. I'm on YouTube to show you this is legit. This is a real thing. Look, don't tell me I didn't give you this play right here. Do not tell me I didn't. Look at the perfect look. What more do you want? I just made you a lot of money. Look, for free. How much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this one you would have had. You could have made it, right? With the delay, because I made it with the delay, you could have made it there. However, you would have been way prepared if you're in the Discord. Way prepared if you're in the Discord. Look at the money we're printing. Every day we do this. We don't have to be risky. We don't need to risk the stock market, right? There's always going to be a risk in anything you do. What I'm saying is we calculate it. There's a risk with any business, right? You could open up a business and have it get blown down by tornado the next day. Or whatever it is. Everything has a risk. What I'm saying is if you prepare yourself properly, the risk will be so minimized that your wins will overcome your loss. It's just math. You can go back through all of my live streams. You can go back through any of my videos and you can see that this is a daily, everyday thing. And if you don't win, it's because you haven't, or if you're following me, let's say on YouTube and you haven't won, number one, there's a delay. So that's, you're up against the 8 ball there. Number two, you just don't have your trader's chops. But the more experience you get in the Discord, you'll get it. It just takes time, just like anything else. You'll recognize the patterns. How do you think I'm able to draw this before it happens? And it went to the exact price. It went to the exact price before it turned around. This is not, I'm not, look at where it wicked. Look at where I drew my line. There's nothing more I can do. I did this even ahead of time. And I'm telling you, if you're in the put, you just gotta hold. You get out when it breaks your magenta. This is very simple. Very simple. Now we need to see this weak bull cycle and reject. Just let it play out. I mean, there's nothing more I can do. I've given every single leg of this. In this hour and a half, I've called out every single leg. Every leg. All right, so that micro structure played out, right? Now we have to look out for there's always a structure within a structure. So if we're going to continue down, you're going to start to see some of this, right? If we're going to continue up, look what we're watching out for. We have a cup handle up, right? So you know where your entries are for each direction. If this plays out, you know where to go in. Boop. Okay, so keep that in mind. Remember this right here, right? Because I'm saying if this happens, then it goes like that, right? The direction's up. Here's your other scenario, but you're looking out for, because you're in a downtrend, so there's no reason to fight the trend. But the other scenario or your other setup is going to be this, 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 and this, right? And it's Friday, so it's going to be grindy. It's especially in the towards the midday over there. So these are your two scenarios. So break a blue or break, retest, and reject of this magenta. Whenever it breaks the magenta, if it does, it may never, who knows? But you know what the setup is. You know what you're looking for. Now, could you go in now and you just know this is the bottom or this is the top, or you know the direction? Sure. But I wait to see the momentum because I don't know personally. I'm not that good. We can get an idea. Here's how we do that. Let's go to the 5-minute time frame. 5-minute time frame says we are below the water, possibly going through a weak bear. A bull cycle. Sorry. And our 30-minute says we're just in a sideways, choppy, down. Yeah, 30-minute doesn't look pretty. Well, depending on your position. Okay, look. So on our 5-minute, we see bottom of green, top of green, bottom of green, top. Are we gonna do that? We don't know. But we know if we break this green, we know if we get underneath 62.20, or excuse me, 621.10, we know that this is not going to happen anymore, right? We know that this is happening. We know that this is happening. The head and shoulder. So let's see if we reject here for the shoulder. Are we gonna reject pink or magenta again, or are we gonna shoot through? I don't know. And this is what I'm talking about, stress-free trading. We don't have to worry, oh no, it's going to go up or down. We already know what our entries are. We know we're waiting for a break, retest, and a reject of this magenta, or we're waiting for a break, retest, and reject of 621.13. We already know our criteria, right? We already have it. It may not even break, retest, reject. It may just, give us a good bull cycle. So let's see if we form this another green. So you already know, you don't have to sit here and wait and anticipate and yada, yada, yada. All you have to do is set an alert, come back. When the alert triggers, you know what direction it is now. You see what I'm saying? Easy. I'm just cleaning up the chart. Are we rejecting underneath pink? Can we make 622.12? Can we make this resistance? Is this going to be resistance? Okay, it's gonna get a little tricky here. Here's why. Number one, we had a significant pullback, right? Significant downturn. We have an area of liquidity right here, which we're about to enter over here, right? So first we need to take this out. Now, if we're looking for our next area of liquidity, it's going to be right here, which is right here. So the risk to reward here is, yeah, the risk to reward, right? You got to measure. If I break here and it turns around right here, the risk to reward. So it's going to get tricky right here, I'll be honest, because you have to watch out for, like I said, that double bottom that might come in. And I don't really see a lot of double bottoms and double tops like that. Not, you know, not like the other popular structures, but okay. So we broke we didn't close the magenta yet, but we broke it. And it looks like it has a strong momentum candle. And if you remember, the thesis here was, do we have a cup handle up? Remember? So if you get in on the break, you're gonna have to hold for the break, retest, and reject. If you can't hold for that, then yeah, I don't know what to tell you. That's what you got to do. Yeah, let's get a little more convincing above this magenta. A little more convincing. But we might have a break, retest, and reject of this 622.12. Actually, I just saw that. Sorry. So, let me make this green. Okay, so let's see if this green holds up. Middle of the water right here. Nothing to do right here. This is why I said wait for the break, retest, and reject. This is exactly why. Because why did I say wait for the break, retest, reject? Because we want to watch out for the stop hunt. We want to watch out for the stop hunt, right? And what's a stop hunt? A quick, sorry, hold on. A stop hunt is a quick spike in the opposite direction before it goes down, or in the proper or the original direction. So just be patient. We're still in this green, however. Still in this green. In this to finish off this structure here. So you don't try to call it. We don't need to try to figure it out. Do we see why? You have to ask yourself, am I seeing a high, lower high, stop hunt, lower high, right? You need to start asking yourself, is this going to happen? Because that'll tell you the direction. Let's see if we break this key level here. Now remember, this cup and handle is still valid until we break below this dotted line, 621.50. So it's still valid. It could still chop like this, right? But once we get below here, once we get below this 621.41, this dotted line, once we get below that, this is no longer valid. Okay, do we see where kind of momentum's heading? I'd wait for the blue.
my soda, yeah. I'ma be colder, yeah. I'ma be colder.
All right, is this the break of magenta we've been waiting for? Okay, magenta broke. Okay, here's our green. Let's see if we stay inside the green. Remember, on this magenta, we want to break, retest, and reject. The 5 minute has a lot of wicks rejecting at 622.98, or 2 weeks, but it's got some serious rejection at this key level, or 623 basically. So none of the criteria for our setups have happened yet. None of it. Just chopping sideways, right? Chopping sideways. You don't have to, there's no reason to jump in on anything. So remember, it's either going to be this cup and handle or this head and shoulder. If you look at the 30 minute, we need to break out of this blue for calls on the longer term time frame, not scalping or quick in and out, nothing like that. Just to recap, here are two scenarios. We have our cup handle up, or we have our shoulder, head, shoulder for the down, with the break of this blue for our down, break of magenta for our up.
Shawty, is she worried if I might show? Damn, it's hard to care for a sight though. Out here with my mans in a night show. Drinking party, yeah, we keep the lights low. I'm in my mind all the way. Ice cold, what a nigga gotta say now. Sipping any, we be mobbing through the night, oh yeah. Moving like we trapping out of bando. I need, I need, I need, I need, I need. I need, I need, I need, I need, I need. I need you here for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you hurt by me. I need, I need, I need, I need.
I might like this orange better than the blue.
I got money on me. New city, new bitch, new kid. It's calls finna rain on me. I've been down and out, but a nigga still breathing. Saying my prayers for the check. Straight shooter like I'm walking with a tech. Move deep and I'm pounding on my chest. You know what I want. You know what I need. Ice cold bitch when I'm sipping my tea. I don't mean it. Feeling myself, feeling my knees. Feel like repercussions ain't gon' ever catch me. Heard what I said and I can't help it. I ain't never gonna rest, never gonna test me, check me. I need, I need, I need, I need, I need. I need, I need, I need, I need, I need. I need you here for me. Don't you fuck around, I know you hurt by me. I need, I need, I need, I need, I need. Okay, yeah, touchdown in the matrix, yeah. Shawty send me your location, 120 on the freeway, speeding. Big check, blue pills, I'm beating. Young boy finna do my thing. Get the FBI, put a case on me. Feel like everything okay on me. Shawty, hold on, have faith in me. You don't wanna, oh I gotta, but I gotta. You don't wanna, take you wanna see her every day. She just wants somebody for the night. You call, I'll be on my way.
Okay, we broke the green on our 5 minute.
She just wants somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah, hey, run it up, I'm over. Hey, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Hey, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Hey, I'ma swallow all my pride. Hey, won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh, catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no. Sight thing, shit be feeling type of ways. I don't need nobody for the day. I just need somebody for the night. Hey, been there and I never been the same. Been there, but I'm not the one to blame. I just need somebody for the night. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't need you no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really feel no more. Shawty wanna use me up. I don't really care no more. Shawty wanna use me up. Yeah. Hey, run it up, I'm mobbing. Hey, none of y'all niggas they poppin'. Yeah, I know you do this often. Hey, I'm running out of options. I'm okay, I'm fine. Hey, I'ma swallow all my pride. Won't be nothing but a side piece. Oh, catching feelings with my pipe dream. Oh no.
Okay, YouTube, that's been my time. You have a good day.